I was told there's no back up. Got this all in my veins, but I won't be a victim. Got the trick, living life in the streets. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a victim.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up.
Is you thinking I'm jumping the leak in the lead? Immediately show up this evening and wait till you sleeping. Kick to the open, I'm scanning for motion. I'm just trying to make all my pockets obese. Don't want, I just want the Lucci. So me and all of my poochies can eat. Put his loose change, take his boo thing out the PF chains and take him K get a steak or something. Something looking at me like I'm opaque or something. Don't I look like Drake or something? Something better tell mankind Undertaker coming.
Back up, I was told there's no back up. Got this all in my veins, but I won't be a victim.
Got the trick, living life in the streets. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a victim.
I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, you know I be smarter than Spock. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shot. Come from off the top, come from off the top.
Can't keep up, you too slow. You just watch, I control. I take half, you not whole. Got your mind, got your soul. This is a scenario, I'm in your area, this is your definitely. Turn up your stereo, get this jumping like Mario, now you ain't with me. You terrible, I might embarrass you right here in front of your whole family. Hot in Nigeria here. This is the year of the beer, leave a hair in a chair so they know we was here. Staring in fear like a deer when the car coming near in the middle of the road, bit of beer. You don't wanna rock with the man, hands off of the grands, counting up bands while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam, but the top wasn't playing. Now everybody wanna be friends. How you? Said I'm just fine, in the right place, at the wrong time. Said I go crazy, out of my mind. And I think back when daddy wrote down that it might scrape and it might grind, but you work hard and it might shine. Let me slow down, switch the time and quit hiding.
Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up,
Lineup.
So of all the lineups that have that lineup of death with Ben Simmons at point guard and then Ray Allen, T-Mac, Giannis, and Yao Ming, they're losing half of their games in Unlimited. So they are beatable.
Yeah, it's really surprising just from a base standpoint. You'd think, okay, well, how could you possibly lose with a team like that? If you don't know how to play with the players, it doesn't matter how good they are. If a person goes against
The Spurs came into the arena earlier with one thought on their mind, walking out of here with a win. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. A beautiful evening in downtown Memphis, Tennessee. Our setting tonight, the FedExForum. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this Saturday afternoon presentation of NBA basketball, right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for DeRozan.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
And the starting group for the Spurs, Aldridge out there with Lyles. Then it's DeRozan. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Walker in at the 2 spot. And for Memphis, Brooks the 2 with Crowder the 3. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Morant in at the 1 spot. Scouting reports very detailed, Clark. Talk about the types of insights those scouting reports would reveal about your team and your opposition.
Typically player tendencies and team tendencies. How do they win? What areas are they really strong in? A team being excellent on the glass or tremendous in transition offense or very physical. I mean, just those types of nuggets that you would have for a team and then individual players so that you could try to position them to not be at their best by what you did to counteract them.
Good explanation.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Perhaps he's set for a big night. I mean, he can be a difference maker for him when he's on his game.
Here's Murray following the basket by John Morant. Out to DeRozan. There's the three. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Plenty of heart and hustle in that regard. I mean, they made sure to hit the glass hard and often.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. Wide open look here for Murray. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist.
Guys, that's a more reliable shot for Murray than a pull-up jumper. I like to see him fire away in that situation.
13 feet away, and it hung on the rim but wouldn't fall for him. Walker in the post, defended by Crowder. Here's Lyles. That one, no good. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside.
Here's Murray. The Grizzlies making the shot. Crowder pulls it in. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Shot from the low block. Valanciunas, good. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That's his first foul. Murray for three. Doesn't go that time. For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And stolen by Murray. 4-on-3 break. Banked in off the glass. Murray's got 5 points so far.
Well, you look at Murray, and I think he's most effective in the open court. That's really where he does much of his damage.
That was terrific!
Good.
Yeah, that's fire right there. Morant practicing for the dunk contest. I see you, young fella.
Spurs trail by 4. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
DeJounte Murray played just 1 season at the University of Washington. He grew up in Seattle and went to Rainier Beach High School. It's actually the same high school that produced Jamal Crawford. And as a matter of fact, a lot of good players have come out of the Emerald City.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And in Seattle, Murray recognized from a young age as a potential pro.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can identify those specially talented players, and his nickname was Baby Boy. And how about this, Kevin? Jamal Crawford has mentored DeJounte since the 6th grade. Those guys have exchanged text messages throughout that time. Jay Crossover, one of my favorites, on and off the court in the league, really has helped keep Murray on the right track.
And that one's good. Morant.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
Miles with a wide open look. No good on the triple. Memphis leading by 4. Crowder inside. DeRozan defending. The shot will not fall. And it's Murray penetrating. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Grizzlies.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And the other thing, though, is their execution in terms of their ball movement has been flawless. Sets up a lot of easy scoring opportunities.
Tyus Jones, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Free throw good, Murray. And Clark coming out of Washington is a one-and-done. DeJounte Murray was considered a raw prospect.
Yeah, very raw. The 29th pick in the 2016 draft, guys, taken by the Spurs. Excellent physical tools and outstanding athleticism. Was surprising that he left when he did. I recall that when I heard. But at 6'5", a 7-foot wingspan, he's got a chance to be special.
Got that bucket in no time at all. The Spurs come into this one following a loss to the Grizzlies. Shoots from the right block. Jump shot is good. Murray's got 12 points in the game.
Boy, it's been all Murray all day, 24/7. He's really become a lethal offensive presence.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pass to Walker. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Here's Crowder. The shot comes out. Nice D from DeRozan. San Antonio's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. On the wing, DeRozan launches a three. They get it again over Brooks. Here's Aldridge. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Crowder goes in, and the layup's good off the glass. Crowder's got his second basket of the game.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
The pass to DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall.
Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Nice shot by Brooks.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Spurs trail by 5.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And a wide open look for Walker. The Spurs rebound. And he gets it to go. He has 5.
Gets one to fall, but only his second make in the first 7 attempts.
And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
And, you know, for backup point guard Tyus Jones, you love the way he plays defense. I mean, comes in and buzzes around, creates a lot of havoc, forces turnovers, great hands, and quick feet.
And that one falls for Jones. And with Jones and his defense, he plays well and doesn't foul.
Yeah, you know, that's an impressive ratio when you look at it, Kevin. Last season, Jones had more steals than fouls and was close to 1-to-1 in that category. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that's elite company. You're in the neighborhood of guys like Kawhi Leonard and Jimmy Butler, and we know how good those all-stars are.
And so Jones nails both of them. Well, the Grizzlies' coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Spurs trail by 5. Valanciunas on the double team. Aldridge kicks to Murray. Back to Aldridge. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. DeRozan's got 7.
DeRozan has a dynamic mid-range game. Whether he's wide open or being defended well, he can knock it down from there.
Here's Murray. He's got 12. Gay outside. Murray the pass to Gay. Outside DeRozan. Tries it from the top of the key. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Not much falling for him this quarter, guys, and you can sense his frustration.
Clark, he's checked in for Memphis. Anderson comes in for Crowder. The Spurs also changing it up. Bryn Forbes comes in for Lonnie Walker. And Derek White subbed in for DeJounte Murray. Spurs trail by 5. DeRozan in the corner. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. 9 points in the game so far.
Nothing to think about there with DeRozan. I mean, the quick trigger, just catch it and shoot it.
Jones. Gay with the defensive effort.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
White finds Aldridge. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
That one goes in.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Here's White. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Gay right side. And it's in there.
Gay has made a great transformation over the years from a traditional wing to somebody who scores all over the court, including inside.
Jones dishes to Valanciunas. Over Aldridge. And there's Valanciunas on the assist by Jones. Jones has got 3 assists in the game. Out to the right wing. Here's Forbes. No good. That would have tied it.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Some changes for Memphis. Caboclo, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And it's DeAnthony Melton in for Tyus Jones. The Spurs also with the sub. Bertles checked in. Spurs trail by 3. Gay in the corner. Fires for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Gay's got 5 now.
This is something Gay has steadily improved on over time. A dangerous shooter from beyond the arc now.
Here's Melton. Rebounded by the Spurs.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
From deep, Gay. He can't get that one to fall. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Melton's shot is good. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
White looking around. Pass to Gay. DeRozan in the corner. Hits it from 3-point range. He's got 14.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And that basket is in from Caboclo.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And here's White. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 1. 1:31 left to play in the first. Bertle, the pass to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock. Outside, White. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
And that one drops for him. Here's White. He has 5. He kicks it to Pirtle. The shot that time, not on target. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Here's Caboclo. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim.
Well, you got to make that moment last. Enjoy it for as long as you can.
Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Hey, look at Pirtle. Making it look easy, dropping the hammer down on the defense.
Melton's shot is good. Eight-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. White the pass to Gay. Derozan against Anderson. Here's White. Feeds to Pirtle. The fadeaway. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Really amazing body control by Pirtle. Just taking the hit head on and finishing through the contact. I love it.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
All right, Memphis, you've got your Grizz girls on the court. Give them a nice round of applause.
San Antonio making a switch here.
Give it up.
11 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Melton. Buries the jump shot. Melton's got the game tied up here for Memphis. Outside, White. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. And so it's DeMar DeRozan making highlights for San Antonio. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Here we go now.
And in 2018, DeMar DeRozan opened up about his battles with depression, hoping to have a positive impact on others.
A lot of people ashamed to talk about it. Even myself, for a long period of time, people wonder why I was such a quiet guy, and that was part of it. Not wanting to speak out about it, not wanting other people to know exactly what I was going through. But you get to a certain age where you feel like it's all about helping others. It's not about you just being a selfish person about the things you're going through. Other people going through stuff as well.
Yep, you love the honesty and the bravery to step forward and tell his emotional story.
Yeah, he opened a dialogue. Kevin Love following his lead to talk about anxiety. Athletes, as public figures, can have a broader impact than just entertaining, and we see it over and over again.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Well, another thing that's immediately gone right for them is their three-point shooting.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court right now for the Spurs, Rudy Gay is out there with Pirtle. Then there's Derek White. Then it's Damari Carroll. And it's Bellinelli in a shooting guard. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, my cousin LaMarcus Aldridge is not the flashiest player, but he is respected. His former teammate in Portland, C.J. McCollum, said he hasn't changed his game to try and fit the new NBA. He shoots mid-range, scores under the basket, strong as heck. He knows who he is. Kevin, DeMarcus isn't really my cousin, but his game never goes out of style.
You're right, D.A., and he is still getting it done. Thank you.
And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight, and few players are more explosive athletically.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Mills, he's checked in for Derek White. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
The combination of scoring and passing at that PG position makes Morant valuable, an all-around player with a bright future.
Here's Mills. From the top of the key, he buries it. And the Spurs lead by 3. The Grizzlies shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively.
The handle and the acceleration. Morant moves around the court with the ball on a string.
And here's Mills. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Got a piece of it. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And we've watched a pretty interesting season unfolding in the Western Conference, guys. Let's check out the standings here. You look at the Grizzlies. They're 8th in the conference and really looking to improve on the back end of the season. And, of course, San Antonio, right on their heels and with their sights set on gaining ground.
And, you know, for the Spurs, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing. It perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
Mark, we've talked about footwork, but a player's hands, how he catches, how he passes, the use of his hands are huge. And there are a couple guys out there that are great at that.
Kawhi Leonard got some mitts unlike any other in the league. I mean, he's not that tall. He's long-armed, and his hands are humongous. That ball looks like a tennis ball in his hands. And not only are they big, they're good. He's active with them on defense, and he's very strong in how he handles the ball offensively. You know, I think about a guy in terms of maybe not size, but really good hands. Jokic, his hands are phenomenal.
That's good from Rudy Gay.
And the Spurs, I've heard it said, the most process-oriented team in the league.
Well, that's an understanding of what it takes for them as a small market team to be successful. A good assessment of what they have to do as the San Antonio Spurs to be good. Scouting, coaching, chemistry, all part of that.
Good on both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Now here's Morant. D right on him. And then Morant slams it in.
And when Morant is cooking like this, it's fun to watch. He burns you in so many ways.
San Antonio's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. And Mills kicks to Bellinelli. Back to Mills. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And a quick look now at how the Memphis Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Sunday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Tuesday, They'll be playing against James Harden and the Houston Rockets.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night. And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line. And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Spurs trail by 6. Morant with the steal. And now Crowder running the floor all by himself.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
For San Antonio, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Carroll, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Morant lays it up off the glass. Morant's got the lead, back up to 8 now for Memphis.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And here's Mills for 3. Rebounded by Caboclo. Caboclo's got 4 rebounds in this game. And finished off by Morant.
You got to close off those avenues to Morant. Once he gets in one, he is focused on dropping the hammer.
Crowder with the steal. Trying to get open is Brooks. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Brooks has got the lead up to 12 now for the Grizzlies. And it's Mills with the ball for the Spurs. Down low. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
And Bellinelli with a nice touch inside. We know him as a long-range sniper, but he can get it done when he's close to the rim, too.
Here's Morant. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Morant's got 29 in the game.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Now Mills. It's tipped to the middle. Rebounded by Jackson.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Morant. Got a hand on it.
And, you know, a strong physical defender, when Carroll's in the area, he's got good timing to block shots.
Mills passes to Carroll. Now here's Bellinelli. Brooks covering, and it goes down 2 points. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Here's Morant. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Jakob Poeltl.
Absolutely fearless. Morant willing to put his body on the line in order to make plays.
No good on that one. Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
Murray against Jackson. Murray the pass to Lyles. Crowder with the steal. Jackson finds Crowder. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Crowder's got 6 in the quarter.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Jacks up a 3. Murray with the defensive effort.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Carroll dishes to Walker. Murray outside. And the lead is down inside single digits. Murray's got 14.
Murray showing you real poise that time, guys, converting on aggressive defense. The concentration, outstanding.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Again, the Spurs good for 2. And the Grizzlies leading by 8. Here's Morant. And that one, good. Morant's got 34.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Here's Aldridge. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Boy, the Spurs really like running through LaMarcus Aldridge in the post. I mean, that's an effective way to play offense, especially early before the defense gets set. He gets that deep position, and he puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And with his skill level, sometimes the sheer strength and size of Aldridge goes overlooked.
Yeah, and he's not afraid or hesitant to play bully ball. I mean, on that block, he gets that body into you and leans into that sweet jump shot of his, and he can make you look bad.
San Antonio making a switch here. DeRozan's checked in. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Looking now at the numbers for Jackson. He's been dominant over the last month. 10th in blocks, and he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. Both free throws good from Aldridge.
And, you know, the Spurs are never afraid to play to the tune of their own drummer. I mean, just as the rest of the league embraces threes and layups, the Spurs going against that grain, leading the league in mid-range shots and post-ups.
Here's Walker. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Walker's got 4 points in the quarter. Jones from outside. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Grizzlies lead by 9. Well, you were talking about the mid-range and the post-ups. Those are the strengths of DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, Coach Popovich has been so successful for decades because he always adapts to the strengths of his players. Outstanding coaches do that in every sport. That shot diet might not work for most other teams, but if it fits the Spurs, they'll go old school and make it work for them.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
Outside, Walker. Spurs passing it around. Aldridge kicks to Lyles. 6 on the shot clock. That's a two-pointer from Walker. No good on the shot. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. Here's Murray. It's rebounded by Memphis. The 10-footer. Again, Memphis.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Here's Aldridge. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Aldridge has got 8 points.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you've got to play freely and with confidence.
Floats one up. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 9 on the basket for Murray.
Well, that floater is a shot Murray's had his whole life, guys. The first time I saw him back in college, I could tell right away, instantly, what a great feel he had for that shot.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Well, it's paid off with a greater rate of second chance hoops. I mean, great effort to build this lead on their part.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Walker surveying the floor. Back to Lyles. Crowder against DeRozan. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Crowder's got 4 rebounds in this game. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Spurs trail by 15. Pass to Walker. Outside DeRozan. Back to Walker. Fires from the corner. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Murray, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 17. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Shot by Crowder, no good. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. San Antonio again missing.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Bucket is good. 14 points for Jay Crowder. 7 seconds left in the first half. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Boy, he's upped his intensity really in a big way tonight. No stopping him now.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We come back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, what do you think about the Grizzlies?
There's been one thing that's made a difference in this game above all else: their control of the backboard. They put forth an amazing effort on the glass, and the rebounding numbers aren't even close, Ernie. That'll be something to keep an eye on in the second half. They will be very tough to contain if that continues.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Spurs trail by 17. Crowder in at the 3 with Jackson Jr. playing the 4. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. To the inside, it's stolen by Valanciunas. And here we go, the Grizzlies on a fast break. On up the court, Brooks with the bucket.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
And San Antonio shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Walker with room to shoot. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 8 now on the night.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Walker's shot is off.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
DeRozan passes to Walker. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Morant. And finished off by Morant.
A strong finisher. Morant doesn't mess around when he's got ideal positioning like that.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Stolen by Brooks. Inside. And here we go. Morant heading to the hoop.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Murray, good.
Murray is a spectacular talent. And when he gets going, watch out.
Here's Morant. And then jammed down as he goes right over Trey Lyles.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Murray. And yes, it's good. Murray's got 20 points.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
It's common to see wing players improve their perimeter shooting in the league, but DeMar DeRozan's most striking growth has been his ball handling and playmaking. He's been dynamic with the ball in his hands.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Clark, he's checked in for Jaren Jackson. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Crowder. Spurs trail by 21. Outside, Walker kicks it to Gay. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist from Gay. 18 points for DeMar DeRozan. And Greg DeRozan watching a ton of films of guys like Andre Miller and Sam Cassell operating in the pick and roll.
Not only that, Kevin, to strengthen his left hand, he'd use it for daily activities like writing, leaving no stone unturned to become an expert initiator.
Murray finds Aldridge. Here's Gay, and it's denied.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan. Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. We've got a moment now to go to a rookie watch and find out who among the NBA's freshman class have been the hottest shooters. Take a look at Clark, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Ja Morant. Same can be said about him.
And both of them are just explosive scorers around the rim, able to get in close, and that's a key to getting high percentage shots.
You know, 3 things you don't expect out of guys that young: consistency, consistency, consistency. They brought it all month long.
And that one's good by Clark.
And I love that range there from Clark. At this point in his development, it's not as daunting as trying to be a consistent 3-ball shooter.
Here's Murray, kicks it out to Gay. The 3. Brooks grabs the board. And the Grizzlies leading by 23. Here's Morant. And it's Memphis with another.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively.
Terrific dime there. Morant realizing his responsibility to share the wealth with his teammates.
DeRozan dishes to Murray. 3-pointer. DeRozan's shot is off. The Grizzlies shooting has been sensational, 75% for the game. Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And Murray's got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That will be the 4th of the string of 5 played on the road. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Clark, you and I are sitting here watching this game, broadcasting the game. There are a lot of times that the fans can't see how emotionally charged up you are over some of the things you see on the floor, good and bad.
Hey, I love great basketball. Excellent passing, tremendous hustle, creativity on your moves. One of the things that really excites me, though, is to see the ball pop and end up in a 3-point shooter's hands, and he's able to knock one down because the crowd is able to follow that ball, and the anticipation just kind of rises as it gets to the designated shooter. I love guys going after rebounds on the offensive glass.
That's a great example about the 3-point shot, though, Clark. I love that. That's terrific.
So I need more than kudos and a high five, cause I went from sidelines to the limelight, and I shine bright, ice cold bars, Klondike, and I never move with dope. This ain't blindside, finite, but you feel the spirit, whole flow.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Caboclo comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's DeAnthony Melton in for Brooks. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pirtle, he's checked in for Aldridge. Damari Carroll comes in for DeMar DeRozan. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Lonnie Walker. And it's Mills in for Murray.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Grizzlies.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
6 to shoot, and that one good. 6 points for Jakob Poeltl.
There's no stopping Poeltl when he has the ball in that spot. Just abusing the defense down in the paint.
Melton, Gay with the block, and that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. On defense, the Spurs.
Boy, that 7-foot frame of Pirtle, guys, really helps on the defensive end.
To the paint, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Boy, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
And Mills kicks to Bellinelli. Offensive rebound. Here's Pirtle. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And Pirtle is always a threat to come away with offensive rebounds because of his size, but just as important, his timing.
Bellinelli with it. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Gay outside. It's Carroll on the wing. Pirtle trying to get open. Another one falls for San Antonio.
You now have to respect the jumper of Carroll. I mean, he's very consistent at knocking down these mid-range shots.
That one good for 2. Caboclo's got 8 points.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
To the middle. Here's Pirtle, and the dunk by Pirtle.
Well, you look at Mills and the kind of passer he is now, setting up his teammates, indicative of the kind of work he put into his passing game.
Here's Melton. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
San Antonio's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. The shot by Bellinelli, no good. Bellinelli's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field here. Melton, that one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
Sometimes you just wonder, how did Morant see that guy? The vision is special.
Spurs shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Now a timeout called by Memphis. The Italian Marco Bellinelli, one of the league's best sharpshooters, and Greg very comfortable shooting on the move.
He always seems to be floating one way or the other on his shot. It wouldn't work for most shooters, but he uses it to evade the D.
And the Spurs with some changes. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Gay. And Derek White subbed in for Patty Mills. Baseline J on the way. Here's Caboclo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Grizzlies have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Here is Forbes. He's still scoreless so far in this one.
And they've gone to the full court press here, looking to make things as difficult as possible and maybe force a turnover or two.
Carroll passes to Forbes. And a miss there on the triple.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Melton's shot is good.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
Here's White. Up and in on the layup. White's got 10.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Pass to Clark. Baseline jumper. Carroll with the rebound. And so White will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Forbes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the guard, Bryn Forbes, won back-to-back state championships as a high schooler in the state of Michigan. A couple years at Cleveland State, then transferred back to the state of Michigan and played at Michigan State.
And after that time at Michigan State, he went undrafted, but Kevin really has developed into a steady rotation player in the NBA. And by the way, quite a knockdown shooter.
That's good from Forbes.
How about this for Bryn Forbes? Undrafted, he's come a long way. Quietly, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the game.
Both free throws good from Forbes. And for Memphis, their shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. He gets that one. Melton's got 10 points here in the second half.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
White against Jones. To the wing right side. Jones against White. And the pass to Bellinelli. No good from outside. And so here's Memphis. Here's Melton. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
And there it is for him. 17 points for Tyus Jones.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
White, good. And here are the Grizzlies now. Here's Jones, and another basket for Memphis.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
Birtle, the pass to White. Here's the teardrop. That shot missing. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Here's Melton. Rebounded by the Spurs. Birtle's got 6 rebounds here tonight. That's a 2 from Bellinelli. He drains the quick shot. Bellinelli's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Love the rhythm with which Bellinelli plays, moves without the ball, and does a nice job shooting off the dribble, too.
Now here's White. He's got 12. It's no good. He is 4 for 10 in the game. 27 seconds left in the third. And that one's good by Clark.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
And for Memphis, they're shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. And the basket by Jones.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Here's White. The shot, no good. Good D by Jones. Got it off in time. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Right back after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Bellinelli, Lyles out there with Medu. Then there's Derek White, and it's Forbes in at the 2 guard. Down low, here's White, and that's off the glass and in.
Nice ball movement on display there. Bellinelli, a decent passer, capable of connecting well with his teammates.
Goes up on the wing. That one goes. Count it. Melton's got 14 points now in the second half. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. Last season, the NBA announcing the launch of a league in Africa, along with FIBA. Clark, what do you think of that move?
I think it's another example, Kevin, of the globalization of the game and the NBA's intentional, purposeful way of expanding and continuing to grow the game for the sake of the business of basketball, which is a game that obviously you and I love.
And Clark, we see so many foreign players come into the NBA and play well. Not just play, but play well.
Yeah, and not just Africa, although
right.
A number of players from Africa, but a number of different countries have signed on. It could make for a more exciting league.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And the foul called on Caboclo. That is his first foul of the game. And Memphis making a change here. Brooks checked in. Pass to Bellinelli. Passes it to Lyles. 4 on the shot clock. Lets it fly from 18. Brooks grabs the board. Brooks has got 4 rebounds in this game. Allen finds Hill. That's tipped. Here is Forbes. To the inside. Oh, that's blocked. And here we go with Brooks running it up the court. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 10 points for Brooks.
And I love the fact that he didn't try to take on the defense by himself. Great pass on the move.
Spurs have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. That one drops for him.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. And the wide open shot from Bellinelli. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
And it's the Spurs ball. Poked loose, and another turnover here by San Antonio.
You know, I think he may have forced that pass when there was really no reason to.
Mills, he's checked in for San Antonio. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. They get it back. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Lyles passes to Medu. Fans are always trying to distract opposing players during free throws. Have you ever seen that work in an arena?
No, I think it's just a nice workout for the fans, Kevin, quite honestly. I mean, if a guy misses, it's not because the fans have gone crazy behind the basket. It's because he shot it left or right or short or long. It's not because of the fans being on top of him, at least in my opinion.
Right. And he makes the first. For a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
And it's good, 2 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Mills with it. He's picked up by Hill. Forbes trains the three-pointer.
And as a spot-up shooter, guys, Forbes is right there amongst the best in the league, and his movement is what separates him from many. And he gets those chances, he'll convert. Boy, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Lyles, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
The drive by Allen. The shot's good.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
The Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Inside. The shot's good from Forbes.
You know, for a sharpshooter like Forbes, guys, getting points inside can only help him be more effective on the perimeter. It actually adds a step to his quickness.
Here's Allen. No good on that one. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Makes it off the glass.
Boy, Forbes showing you some quick-footedness there. Nice instincts.
Here's Melton. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
Anderson, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for San Antonio. So he gets them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Here's Mills. Count that bucket.
You know, at just under 6 feet tall, you've got to develop a lot of ways to get your shot off, and Mills has a nice handle on the floater.
And that basket is in from Caboclo.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
It's stolen. Melton passes to Caboclo. They get the rebound. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media. So they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching it. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually. But on occasion, it does get a little carried away.
And San Antonio has possession. And here's Mills. Softly drops in the floater. Mills has got 4 points now in the quarter.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Melton's shot is good.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
A pull-up, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now Mills takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Here's Melton. Another shot. A nice shot by Caboclo.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
And Derozan throws it down hard.
Well, guys, we've seen Derozan. He's got tremendous bounce, and when he's airborne, not only is he up high, he's strong while he's in the air, too. Really special. You have to love the unselfishness on display there. Excellent passing.
And it's Mills with the ball for San Antonio. It's Derozan with the drive, and finished off by Derozan.
Tell you what, I don't know of anybody more aggressive at attacking the basket than Derozan. A lot of his points come off the drive.
Here's Allen. No good off the back of the rim.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again. Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
Here's Melton. Lays it up and banks it in. Melton's got 32 points in the game.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Pass to Medu. Clark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Here's Caboclo. And at last, they get one to fall. Caboclo's got 16 here in the second half. Spurs shooting so far very efficient all around, about 55%. Mills. Here's Lyles, second shot opportunity, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Memphis called for the foul.
Shooting from San Antonio, Trey Lyles at the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. Dylan Brooks, he's checked in for Memphis. Jay Crowder comes in for Melton. The Spurs also with the sub. Bryn Forbes, he's checked in for Bellinelli. That one is no good. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
Here's Crowder, and another basket for Memphis.
Crowder.
Derozan against Hill, and Derozan throws it down.
You know, it's really the defining part of Derozan's game, driving the basketball hard at defenders, and he'll come right at you with athleticism and strength.
Floats one, and the layup is good.
Yeah, and you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
Here's Crowder. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4. Derozan against Hill. Out to the wing. And here's Mills from the arc. Tries again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
San Antonio. Jemezi Metro at the line for 2.
Two.
And the first one drops. Clark, should the NBA consider widening the court to even out the value of those corner threes?
You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea, Kevin. But I also like the fact that there's a deep three at the top and on the wing, and then you've got a little shorter three if you can get to that corner. Widening the lane to make that three more in line or symmetrical with the deep three at the top. I kind of like having a short corner three.
I agree with you. Here's Crowder. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Crowder's got 20. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Memphis.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall. And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Ja Morant.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
Crowder dishes to Anderson. They grab their own miss. He gets it in there. 14 points for Brooks.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
Well, he's done it again right there on the offensive glass. I mean, it's a great stretch that he's having here, and boy, I really admire his energy.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
The Spurs shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. Here's Mills. The Grizzlies pull it in. Up top, Crowder, covered by Mills. Took him no time at all on that one.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback? Diminished.
Offensive rebound, Pirtle. Off with the layup. Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're up by 41. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ja Morant.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play, and this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. And here's Hill, who will bring it up for Memphis. And that one's good, Brooks.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And Mills kicks to Pirtle. Here is Forbes. Back to Pirtle. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Yeah, and I like guys when Pirtle gets into a groove and demands the ball. I mean, he's extremely dangerous when he has the hot hand going.
Here's Crowder, and it's Memphis with another. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Jonas, you have a lot on you in terms of patrolling the paint. How do you think you're doing?
I feel good. You know, there is a better game, there is a worse game, but, you know, I'm bringing energy every game. I'm fighting, and my job is take rebounds, set of screens. I'm doing that job.
It's grunt work, but you're good at it. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you later.